Hey guys, so I'm back with a new video. Today I'm showing you guys an updated fry bake recipe. So I already have a video up on how to make fry bakes and it's absolutely delicious. But in this video the recipe comes out more fluffy and more floaty, if that makes sense. So yeah, so if you want soft, puffy, delicious bakes, follow this recipe. So the first thing I'm gonna do, in a large bowl, I'm adding in a few cups of flour, and to that I'm gonna add in baking powder, salt, a little bit of sugar, and a few tablespoons of butter. So add all of that into the bowl and then use your hands to mix the ingredients together and rub the butter into the flour mixture until it's dissolved or you have like little crumbs in the flour. So after you do that, you're gonna start adding in the water, and I'm using lukewarm water, and you're gonna add it in little by little, and you want to form a nice soft dough. So I'm using my hands to bring the dough together, and when you're doing this, try your best to not knead the dough. When I'm making this recipe, I try not to knead the dough, and it's very important to not knead the dough. I've realized when trying both of my two different fry bakes recipe, it makes a difference in how your bakes comes out. So in this recipe, we're not gonna knead the dough. We're gonna use our hands to pull the dough together until it comes into until the dough comes together in the form of a ball and is basically a dough. So as you can see, I'm rolling the dough in the bowl while adding the water as needed. If your dough is too soft, you could add in a little bit more flour. Make sure you add it little by little because you want a nice soft dough that's not too wet and not too dry at all. So roll the dough in the bowl until it comes together, and you use your hands to kind of like bring the dough together. So like you could pull the sides up and bring it together, but just don't fold it to knead the dough and work the dough too hard. If you want, you could work the dough on your counter surface if it's easier for you. So I hope I explained that pretty well and you guys understand what I'm trying to say, because I feel like I'm just mixing my words together, but hopefully you understand. So once the dough comes together and it's soft, you basically work the dough for about 3 to 4 minutes, not too long, and then you're gonna cover it with some paper towel or a clean towel and let it rest for 30 minutes. And while the dough is resting, I'm gonna show you real quickly how I prepare my corned beef to eat with fry bakes. So for anyone who's interested, all I do is I chopped up some onion, some red, yellow, and orange bell peppers, and then I sauteed that in a little bit of oil. Then I added in the 1 can of corned beef, and you can use a fork or a spoon, whatever's best for you, to break the corned beef up in the pot and then mix it into the peppers and onion. And then once you've done that, you're gonna add in a little bit, like 1 to 2 tablespoons of ketchup, and mix that into the dish as well. And lastly, I added in a little bit of fresh chopped up parsley, and just let that cook for 1 to 2 minutes, and that's it, guys. That's how I make my corned beef to eat with fry bakes, or however you'd like to eat it, with some rice. Yeah, okay, so back to the bakes. Okay, so after the 30 minutes and the dough has rested, I'm gonna take it and I'm just spreading a little bit of flour on my counter surface, and then you're gonna put the dough on there, and I'm using my hands to cut the dough in two, basically. So I'm cutting it in half, and now we're gonna start forming small balls, little balls, to start shaping our fried bakes. So as you can see, I'm just like basically squeezing it out in my hands. And with this dough, you can make 6 to 8 bakes depending on how big or small you want it. So all I'm doing is I'm squeezing it out, and with 1/2 of the dough, I got about 3 to 6 bakes depending on how big or small you want it. Okay, so make the shape out the balls, and then we're gonna start shaping them into some smooth balls basically. So just use your hands to kind of shape the balls, and you're looking for it to be smooth. So I'm going to roll it in the palm of my hands, lightly roll it until it takes the shape and it's nice and smooth. And now I'm going to put it on my counter surface and finish shaping the rest of the balls. Don't forget to do both halves of your dough. Okay, and here I'm finished shaping the balls. So now I'm gonna start rolling out the bakes. So I'm using my rolling pin, and I lightly dusted it with some flour, and just roll it out into the shape of a circle. And you don't want to roll it out too thin, because if you roll the dough out too thin, it's not gonna have a lot of dough in the middle, and it'll be especially hard if you're gonna try to cut the bakes in half, like to basically open it and stuff it in the middle with like saltfish or corned beef or whatever. So you want to roll it out thin, but not too thin. You want to leave a little, like maybe half an inch. So yeah, roll it out into the shape of a circle, and next we're gonna fry it after you've rolled out a few. So if you want and you like to shape your bakes in a different way, you could roll it out into a circle, and then cut it as I just showed you here. Cut it vertically and horizontally, and then you're gonna have the shapes of triangles. But if you're doing this way, you're gonna have to make the bakes a little bit larger. So instead of making 6 to 8, you probably make maybe 4 to 6 bakes when you're shaping the ball. Okay, so once you've rolled out the dough, the ball, you're gonna get ready to fry the bake. So in a hot pot, I added in some oil, and basically once the oil is hot, you're gonna put the dough into the pot, and you're gonna let it cook. So make sure your heat is on medium to medium low heat. You don't want your bakes to burn. And once you put the dough into the pan, use a pot spoon to throw the hot oil on top of the bakes. It's gonna help it to puff up and be nice and delicious. So as you can see, the bakes is puffing up here. Yeah, you want that. I want that. I love my bakes when it puffs up like that, and it's so good. This recipe is so good. I know you guys are gonna love it. So yeah, so I'm letting it cook maybe for about 2 minutes on each side. Once the first side turns nice and lightly golden brown, you're gonna flip it to the other side so that it can turn golden brown as well. And once it's cooked, you're gonna take it out of the oil and place your bakes on a plate lined with paper towel to soak up the extra oil. And yeah, finish frying all of your bakes. And that is it, you guys. That is it for this recipe. I hope I explained it the best for you guys to understand what I'm trying to say. So yeah, and here's the finished products. So yeah, Remember, I rolled out some of these too thin, but they were absolutely delicious. And I stuffed them with the corned beef I prepared earlier. And yeah, so for this recipe, what's important to remember is do not knead the dough too much when you trying to bring it together to basically form a dough. Don't knead the flour mixture too much, and make sure it rests for 30 minutes. And yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. When you're frying your bakes, don't forget, don't have the heat too high so that your bakes burn or comes out discolored. You don't want that. Okay, so hopefully this video helps you guys with making the perfect bakes. And yeah, one more thing, when you're rolling out the dough, roll it out not too thin and not too thick. So yeah, those are my tips. That's what's worked for me. Hopefully it helps you guys a little. And yeah, slice your bakes and stuff it with some, you can use corned beef, you can use saltfish, you can use smoked herring, you can use cheese and butter, whatever you'd like to enjoy your bakes with. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy. I hope you give the recipe a try. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.